My mother was a bit tired of her bedroom, so she asked me to give it a quick makeover. After planning the renovation, we started excitedly trying to remove the textured paint from the bedroom. But the renovation didn't start the way we thought it would. The lower wall was crumbling due to dampness. Oh!
No, I can't reach! No, I can't reach!
So, before covering the textured paint, I treated the dampness with easy work mortar to prevent it in the future. After the mortar dried completely, we lightly sanded the wall to start applying Aquaplast Renovation. We applied 2 coats and sanded it. We only did this on one of the walls since the others were already smooth. A few days later, we continued this renovation with the nightstands. They weren't going to be the same since my mom bought these nightstands for €5 at a second-hand store. She loved them, but of course they needed a complete makeover. So we started by removing the handle and sanding them. Especially the carvings on the drawers, since they weren't going to be painted, I wanted them to keep the original color of the wood. We took the opportunity to make some changes to the legs of the nightstands so they would be at the same height as the bed. While my mother was filling the woodworm holes with putty, I was completely sanding this headboard that I had in the apartment we're renovating. I wanted to achieve the natural color, just like we did with the drawers. After sanding, we cleaned the nightstands thoroughly before applying primer. On the new channel, Decorate It Yourself, I explain step by step how to paint kitchen doors or any piece of furniture you want to renovate. But let's get to what concerns us. We've been talking a lot about the nightstands, but what about this wardrobe? We need to give it some brightness somehow. So I started by painting the side with primer, following the same steps as with the nightstands: sanding, cleaning, and painting. While we let it dry, I suggested a change of plan to my mom, which she loved.
No.
And after several hours, no, just kidding, after a few minutes explaining my vision to her, I convinced her. What she didn't know is that after cutting it, she was going to love it. Beautiful.
She looks more modern because this one has a lot of layers, right?
We already had the base to work with. The little tables sanded, cut, and primed. All that was left was the final coat of paint. In this case, we chose Adobe color, which is pretty hard to define. It's somewhere between pastel pink, mocha, and light brown. Precisely what we liked most about this shade was how hard it was to define. With the spray gun working well, I painted the wardrobe side that previously just had primer. The full process was explained in earlier episodes. The next day, we finally started working on the wardrobe, which we were going to cover with a wallpaper my mother had chosen from Sokios. The installation was very simple. You spray water on the surface, place the wallpaper, and on the wallpaper itself, it has glue that activates when it comes into contact with water, so it sticks perfectly once the water dries. But during installation, we can make small adjustments. With the wardrobe ready, we went back for the nightstand, specifically the top part. I cut the measured plywood with the Bosch saw. By the way, we would be eternally grateful if you like or find this content helpful. Please hit the like button and leave us your opinion. We glued the plywood on top with carpenter's glue and covered the holes in the walls so we could start painting a few days later. Well, on the last day, we were putting a piece of wood on top of the nightstands. Today, what we're going to do is put up all the sides. And also, we did a little test of something, this. If you look closely, it's a piece of wood that shines quite a lot. And that's because we put epoxy on the top part. To make the epoxy mixture, just combine component A and component B in the specified ratio. And we pour it directly on top of the surface, and once it's dry, well, it looks like this. I know a trick to make wood very smooth, and I'll explain it now. What is this trick? But it's true that when it comes to cleaning, it's much easier to clean epoxy than to clean a wooden surface. That's why I put it here to do a test to see how it would turn out. We tried cleaning it and it looks great. We'll do the same with these little tables, but let's work on the sides first. Honestly, the tables look amazing.
They're gorgeous.
We've already got the profiles. Now let's go to the bedroom to continue with one of the walls. But first, I'm going to show you what I wanted to mention, which is how do you make the wood smoother? This way, when you touch or clean it, it's smoother and the cloth glides easily. Look, Mom, let me explain. We have one of the drawers here. Even though we've sanded the wood, it's still a little rough, so to make it smooth, what are we going to need? Well, just one thing, the toilet paper roll. Well, the toilet paper roll or any kind of cardboard. Look, that's here. The only thing we're going to do is rub it. I saw this in a workshop. Honestly, I found it hard to believe and I tried it, and the truth is that it works incredibly well.
Well, yes, it's definitely smoother. Yes!
Look, touch it and compare.
Here it's rougher and here it's smoother.
With any wood, we can make it smoother.
I didn't know this little trick.
And we're going to continue in the bedroom by installing these slats. I don't know if you remember, but we said we wanted to create depth, so I bought these slats to put them at a certain distance. We're gonna paint these slats the same color as the wall, so they're gonna act a bit like molding. Now, the next one. For this one, we had to put tape on it because this slat was crooked. Perfect! So we had to put tape on it. Look closely, there's a small hole here. So we're gonna fill it in, and I'm gonna do it with acrylic putty. It's a white wall and crack sealer, and this works really well because it can be cleaned easily and painted, which is important. And this would be the difference between the area where the putty has already been applied and this one here, which doesn't have it yet. Notice that one already looks more finished and better than this one, where the little hole is still visible. That's it, it's done. I'm sanding the top part a little bit, and I'm putting the sawdust into the little holes so they get covered up. Since the epoxy will go on top, you can see the gap, but it will be covered. Before applying the epoxy, I'll explain what I'm going to do. This is the drawer that goes here, let's say. I'm not sure if you can see it well on camera, but the color of this drawer is a bit different from the one on top. It's a shade, just a little bit darker. So I'm going to take a varnish, in this case it's laser, and with a little sponge I'm going to spread it around. To darken the wood just a little bit, but just enough to give it that little touch, so it ends up looking like this shade, so everything looks more even. And what I'm going to do now, while we let the little tables dry, is to apply this primer to the wood pieces we've put on the wall, so the paint will stick better to them. Now it's time for the paint that Duracolor sent me. Plastidur in 2 colors. In white and ivory. Ivory for that wall with the slats and white for the rest of the walls. This vinyl plastic paint covers intense colors in just 2 coats. It has high washability, a silky touch, it doesn't splatter or drip, and it's very easy to apply. Well, the nightstands have already dried, they look really good, the color matches much better now, and now we're going to apply the epoxy. We're going to prepare the mixture and we're going to read here. The components of component A have to be 100 grams and for component B 66. So we're going to take a little cup here and we're going to mix it well. Here you can see the difference between the wood without epoxy and this one. It practically looks like we've put a layer of glass on top. It looks much better finished and honestly it's really beautiful. Even the wood grain looks much more pronounced because of having the epoxy on top. If you look closely, you can see my mom's reflection in the glass-like epoxy finish. You can really see the difference between the matte wood and this so shiny. Let's move to the other one, but first we'll spray alcohol to get rid of the bubbles. Alright, let's see.
my, it looks so good. Wow, that's cool.
Look how it looks.
It looks amazing.
Look, how beautiful.
Doesn't it? Alright, now we're going to tackle this wall. We're going to paint it ivory, like we said before. So let's get to it. Now we've got the wall completely painted. Since it's practically night now, we'll let it dry and next time we'll continue. Well, I don't know if you remember, but we sanded this headboard in the previous episode. Well, actually 2 episodes ago, I'd say. And we took it from the apartment we're renovating. The bedroom wall is already completely dry. And over here I have the headboard, which I'm going to put in place, although it still needs to be fastened. Oh, how beautiful.
It looks so beautiful.
It's turning out incredibly beautiful. The truth is that the wood looks really cool, combined with the moldings we've put here and the ivory color. This rug was sent to me by Decor, and it's a vinyl rug that imitates fabric. I really like it because besides not taking up any space, it has a scratch-resistant treatment and it's super hygienic. Besides, the color looks really nice with the combination of all the shades. They sent me 2, 1 for each side of the bed. I'm going to put it here to compare with the shade. How beautiful! The size is just as long as the bed and a little wide so it can tuck underneath. It looks so beautiful with the color of the wall. Ooh, oh, it's so cold! Now let's keep making the little lamps. We're going to make them up as we go. Wow! Yesterday I bought flower pots that, even though they're this pink color, we'll do something to them later. So what I want to do is make a night lamp where this goes inside. It comes out here, and here you can wrap a filament bulb so it looks really cool. And then on the outside we'll add a coating, which in this case will probably be micro cement. This cost me 6 or 7 euros and these were 1.5 each. Well, let's change our strategy, otherwise we're going to take forever here. Okay, and now that we've made the hole, we take the socket and we're going to fit it in. Since it's plastic, we can easily adjust it and our lamp is coming together. We'll make a hole here to run the cable through. I'll glue it here with special polyvinyl chloride glue since I'll be adding micro cement. Well, on the entire surface. So I'm going to make up for this height with the micro cement. Alright, and now we're going to stick it on. Well then, it's time to show everything about this bed. And the thing is, Sokios, besides sending us the wallpaper we used for the closet, sent us all of this. And all of this to put here in the bedroom. I'm going to show you everything one by one so you can see it. Ta-da! This beautiful cushion cover. The good thing about this one is that it's reversible. You can place it like this, but on the other side it's also beautiful. So we can use it on both sides. Here we have the duvet cover. Look, the color it has is beautiful. It's not a solid color, it has a little pattern. Here we have the printed fitted sheet, which is a very beautiful color, which goes really well with the duvet cover. This is the fitted sheet and this is the duvet cover. This is the top part. As I said, it has a Boho-Chic design, exactly what we wanted, like the cushions. And over here we have the curtains. They have the same pattern as the duvet cover. We also have another cover here, and this one is square. And now what I'm going to do is apply micro cement. We could put anything on the little lamps. I'll use the leftover micro cement from the apartment renovation. And I'll take advantage and leave them that sandy color that the micro cement has. What I'm going to do with these pieces of wood is make some handles. I'm going to paint them black and use them as handles for the nightstand. The other day we found this painting in front of the trash container. And the truth is, it's actually quite pretty, but it doesn't quite fit with the style we want for the bedroom. We're transforming it with a quick makeover. Let's see the result. I've brought over these leftover pieces, which are kind of like styrofoam. They're not really styrofoam, but we could get the same effect that we're going to create with the styrofoam pieces. Well, this is the combination I came up with. Then we'll add some texture to the background so it doesn't look too plain. Let's glue them on. I'll use this adhesive because it sticks everything. This is already dry. It's the first coat we applied. We'll sand it a bit. Alright, these two already have the second coat. Let's continue with the frame. Since this has already dried completely, I am going to apply ready-to-use putty and we're going to cover it all up. We already have the first coat. Let's wait for it to dry completely and then we'll apply the second one. I'm going to apply a wood treatment that will help us with woodworm, just in case it might appear again in the future. On the old drawers and on the headboard, since it's made of natural wood and everything is sanded. The last day I was here, I was making these handles that are to be installed right here. Today I'm going to continue with this painting that has completely dried, and what I'm going to do is add braided rope to it. That is, I'm going to take some rope, braid it and put it on each of the shapes we've made. This way they'll stand out more and provide the natural touch we want. While we let it dry, we'll continue with the night lamps to perfect them. I'm going to put a piece of wood at the base so they'll be more stable and look even cuter. Here we have this poof that my mother had, and she wanted to reuse it for this bedroom that we're renovating. However, she wasn't quite convinced by the color. Now after the renovation, it doesn't really match. So we're going to transform it by attaching a fabric on top with an adhesive glue that will replace sewing. And that way, we'll have a poof that looks completely new, just by covering it with a new fabric. I need a bit more decoration for the nightstands in this bedroom. So I'm going to make up an artificial kokedama, and that way we'll use it as decoration. In the Boho-Chic style, it's very common to introduce plants and use them as decorative accessories. In this case, I don't want to use real plants, but we can make artificial ones and give them a natural touch. For this, I'm going to need a ball and artificial moss. My grandma has 300 kilos of hairspray. We'll use it.
In it goes!
I don't know if you remember that I bought the moss. Well, look what I used it for.
Oh, how cute!
It's a kokedama.
Oh, how adorable!
How cute!
So cute! Oh, how adorable it turned out. It turned out really handsome.
I applied hairspray and thought I'll show it off. To hang the picture, I'm going to take this tape, cut it to the size of the picture, place the picture where I like it, and draw a line. I put the same tape from the picture on the wall, right where the line we just made is. I make the holes and use this same tape for the picture again. That way, I know exactly where the holes are on the wall, and they match up perfectly with the picture. And there we have it. This is the big change. And in these final moments, that's when you realize everything. A project that started with a style adapted to my mother's and completely different from mine, from my own style. That made me doubt myself because I was in unfamiliar territory. I even started to wonder if I was making the right choices. But as I kept moving forward and each day I could see a little more change, I started to realize that I was so focused on my own tastes, that I had never before given a vote of confidence to a completely different style. One that I might never have chosen if my mother hadn't suggested this transformation. So for me, this change hasn't been just any change. It has made me see that in decorating, just like in so many other things, you have to try and see if it's really the path you want to continue on. And maybe that path will last a long time, or maybe just a short while, nobody knows. But we should always be willing to change direction at any moment. Well, what do you think, Mom? What do you think in the end? Are you happy or not?
Oh my goodness, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. Honestly, you always surprise me. It turned out everything, really everything is beautiful. The headboard is natural, with its natural color, the nightstands, the contrast of wood with paint, the wallpaper that makes it feel bigger. It couldn't be better. It's gorgeous.
You're glad you changed, right?
Very much, it's spectacular. Now let's ask your father and Yaya to see what they think, okay?
May I come in?
Come in. Weren't you out partying?
No, look, I was just getting some sun.
I'm going to put the mic on you.
Your hands are so cold. Since I'm in the sun without this... Well, what?
How do you imagine it?
Oh, usually just changing the look.
Well, let's do it.
I don't think you've done anything amazing. Let's see. But look, you've left me speechless. And for me, not being able to talk is something. It's beautiful, huh? How pretty. What a difference. Gorgeous, really. It's even decorated in a way that makes the room look bigger. How beautiful and so well decorated.
Do you like the style?
Yes, I do, very much. It's simple, not overdone. Elegant, that's the word. It's a boutique room.
Boutique.
It's beautiful, I like it, If there was something I didn't like, yes, it's fine, but no, it's not fine, no, it's beautiful. There's nothing wrong, nothing at all. Yes, there is one. Oh, there is one? I'll trade it for mine.
So, are you suggesting that I should also renovate your bedroom, right?
Well, yes, I like the things you do more and more each time.
If people like this video, what should they do?
Cut?
Give it a like.
Hit the like button!
Like and comment.
Yes, so they can share their opinion.
So that we can keep creating more.
And push yourself even more than you already are to make it so beautiful. Too bad I was out in the sun, taking it like this. I'm a mess. You have to come in here not like this, no. You have to come in with elegance. Ugh, it makes me so mad that I'm going like this. Goodbye. Wow, it looks so nice, you know. There are 3 colors, but they go together so easily. And also, it's fine. Anyone who says otherwise just has no taste. It's really pretty.
She wants it done in her room.
Also, man, that room makes you fall in love. That room makes you fall in love.
What do you think?
It looks so modern and gorgeous. Very modern, very cool, yeah. I had seen the changes, but now you've added the final touch. It looks spectacular.
Don't forget about our do-it-yourself channel where we explain other topics. See you soon in upcoming videos. See you soon! Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on our social media so you don't miss out on the day-to-day of all our transformations.